on Nova 100.
Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday.
Good morning. How are we all?
We are good. We are good.
Good morning.
Morning, Clinty.
Clint's
Good
in a fun
morning.
mood. So am I.
Yeah.
I'm in a cheeky mood
I had a
today.
bad sleep. I woke up at 2. My dog woke up. I could hear her doing something, and I was like, what the hell is that
What
noise?
was she doing?
You know what she was doing, Clint? She was drinking from the toilet in the spare ensuite.
Oh.
So all I could hear was this banging because her collar was and I was like, what is that noise?
Drinking from the toilet.
Yeah.
Where does she get that social cue from?
I was like, sis, it's 2 a.m. What are you doing? She's
Yeah.
thirsty.
Get her a bowl.
Well, then I went down to her bowl thinking she had no water in her bowl, but that was full. She just obviously didn't want to go downstairs because she's lazy like her mother.
Oh, is that
And-
what you do then?
But then I got stressed and I couldn't sleep because I was like, what if she's poisoned herself
Oh.
from all the chemicals?
the toilet duct gets
domestos.
up.
Should be
Anyway.
right. She's had
And then I
worse in
didn't
her
go back to
stomach.
sleep. That was 2. I went back to sleep at like 4:20 just before my alarm went off. And then anyway.
I remember when I was growing up, Mum putting some chemicals in the toilets and they were like bright blue, like fluoro blue,
Yeah,
the water.
yeah. Some of them do that.
Yeah.
The little ball thing.
I was like, is that safe? Yeah.
The ball things.
Well,
Do they work?
there's
I
many
don't think they
different
do,
ones.
do they?
I get overwhelmed in that aisle in the supermarket.
I don't like the gel ones that stick on the side.
Me either. And
No,
then,
It
it
just
looks
looks-
like poo.
It's like,
Oh.
come on. You want to,
what colour? It's bright
what
blue.
colour jelly you get?
It's fluorescent
You
orange.
need to go to the doctor, mate. You're pulling out a highlighter. You need to get that checked.
It's like actually like neon.
Yeah.
My nan used to put the little things in the cistern in the
ducks.
top.
That's what we had, yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
that's better, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it always
But there
used
is
to be
no
blue, bright
cistern
blue.
in any of mine.
Oh,
It's
they're
in the wall.
How do you
Yeah,
go
fair.
about that if the
Yeah.
button's not working? Yeah.
Did I ever tell you the story about when the toilet
chat.
wouldn't flush in New York on New Year's Eve?
What, in
You told me off the air.
Oh,
and what?
You know what?
no.
No, you got to do
No,
it now.
no.
Lauren, you have got to do it
Did
now.
you-
Hang on, we'll do it
Was
after
it
the
you?
first song. Hold it. We'll do it.
Just give us a tease.
Yeah.
Was it you? It was you. Oh no.
No.
Let's just say-
No.
Oh, no. You
Did
can't.
we have a?
No. Nah.
We had a situation
let's
No, it
just
wasn't
say
a situation.
someone
No, I
can't
would
go-
not tell that.
Someone can't go back to New York City.
ever. Oh my god.
Let's just say she left some baggage behind in New York.
No. No.
How about if I tell the story
Okay.
for you
It's
about
very
somebody
tough.
that we know?
funny.
We are
I've
coming
actually
back.
blocked a lot of it out of my memory.
Speaking of blocks, we're coming back with the story on the other side of this. Welcome to your Wednesday. We've got a huge show coming up, Melbourne. Later on after 7 on a much more serious note, today the machete bans come into effect.
Yeah, from midday.
Oh, yes.
From midday. A lot of camping shop owners on the news last night I saw blowing up about it, saying we've had no communication, no notice. We're going to be joined by one of the top cops. We've got a commander in this morning.
Oh,
After-
behave.
You know, we normally have Cheesy, our friendly cop. This
Yeah.
is Cheesy's boss,
Ah, the big dog.
the big dog.
Okay.
BD.
Commander Big Dog joining us this morning after 7:30. I don't think that's his name. Lauren, you ever been to New York?
I stupidly brought this up before, and I wish I didn't. I said, if you just tuned in, I did say to the boys, did I ever tell you that story about what happened in New York? Because we were talking about toilets.
It's very rare seeing you squirm.
I was
very-
squirming because I don't like toilet chat. But
I
this is one of the
love
funniest
it.
things that's ever happened to me.
It's very rare. I know a story and Clint doesn't.
No.
about
I
your
know,
past.
but I remember telling you, and you were like, don't tell me on air. And I was like, no, I can't. It's too embarrassing. Anyway,
here
I'll
we
give you
are.
an abridged version of it. So I was in New York with my friend, and it was late. It was in early hours of the morning. We'd had a long night, and we were still in this bar. And there was there was the toilet, there was the women's toilets, the men's toilets, and then where we were in like a little booth, and there was sort of a separate, just like a one-off kind of private toilet,
Like a
basically.
unisex.
For if you had a table or a booth,
Oh, yeah.
or if you're
Oh,
in
yeah.
that section or whatever. Yeah, like a unisex. And I went to go to the bathroom, and I did, and then I went to flush it, and the toilet wouldn't flush,
Flush.
but it just filled up. So I bought
I know the feeling.
Tide's coming in.
So I started bringing everything to the top.
And don't flush again.
But it was, I was like, oh, yeah, well, I flushed again. So it filled up some more. And I was like, oh.
No.
And I'd had like a lot to drink. So I wasn't thinking in the sharp. I wasn't the sharpest. But I was also in a panic because I was like,
oh, look what you've done.
Well, someone might have done it before. It wasn't me. I didn't block it.
Oh.
But I was the one that was going to walk out, and whoever was next was going to be like,
wow, look at her.
Yeah.
Didn't she?
She looks lighter.
She shit it.
She's just gliding through the air.
So I was like, what do I do? Because it's not like a women's toilet where there's a whole row. There's only one. And I didn't ruin it, but if it was ruined for everyone, I was like, I've got to fix the situation. And in my state I was in.
What situation?
It wasn't a situation. It was
It's a
just full of
situation.
water
Sure?
and tissue. And I was like, oh no. So I thought my friend Lucy was out. She was waiting outside to go next. And so I was like, shivers. And I went to open my bag, and it was just a comedy of errors. I broke the clasp off my bag, and I couldn't get my phone out of my bag. So I was like, Christ,
no
what am I going to
communication.
do? So I did that thing. I opened and I stuck my head out, and Luce was out there. I'm like, quick, come in. I need your help. She
That wouldn't have
walks
looked
in,
dodgy at all.
and she's like, what have you done? And I was like,
Mr. Hart.
I don't know, but you're my best friend. I need your help. And it was this beautiful big bathroom, and it had this vase in the corner with flowers.
No.
She goes, oh, I've seen this before. If you actually pour water in from the top,
In the cistern.
it'll flush it out. Like when it fills up, it'll flush.
So you're taking, hang on, just to set the scene here. You've got the swimming pool, the toilet.
Yeah.
You're going to take the lid off the
Take
cistern,
top off.
and you're going to pour the water from the
in
vase.
the cistern.
Yeah.
We're like, Lucy goes, get the flowers.
Like how you prime a pool pump.
Yeah. She goes, get the flowers out of the sink. So I'm like holding these dried flowers, and she's trying to fill this vase up under the tiny little sink in the bathroom, and there is stuff going everywhere. So she's like, okay, we'll take the top off, and this is definitely going to work. So as she tips it upside down, it was a vase. It wasn't glass. It was ceramic. So there was all of this like dirt and like dead flowers and everything in the
Grime, yeah.
in the bottom of the vase. So we've now clogged the whole thing with all these flowers that came out
The water looks more
In
dirty.
the cistern.
in the cistern and in the thing. So there's just dead dirt flowers. This is on New Year's Eve in New York, by the way.
There's people around.
There's people
also,
banging, going,
I was gonna
guys,
say, imagine the
can
wait."
you hurry up in there?
Come on, man! I need the
And we were
bathroom.
like, what the hell are we going to do? And so we'd completely ruined it. The whole thing was full of mud. It was full
Mud.
of dirt.
Mud.
Well, because it was dirt mixed in the water. And it's
Mud.
to mud. And I was like,
Oh, who left this
I reckon
mud
we
in
were in
here?
there for 20 minutes with people banging the door. And I was,
We're still there like, did they shit in the cistern?
it looked like we'd shit everywhere.
Bloody Aussies, they don't know how to use a toilet.
Wow.
It just kept getting
It's elaborate.
worse and worse and worse. And I was like, Luce, we just need to walk out and
With our
put
heads
our
held
heads
high.
down and leave. And we need to leave this place.
And?
And that's exactly what we did. And
Happy
as I
New
walked
Year.
out, I said to the security guard, I think there's something wrong with that private bathroom. And he goes, oh, yeah, we've had issues with that before. And I was like, okay, it wasn't me, bye.
I like your jumper.
Don't.
I like it too. Jase is wearing hot pink.
It's like
Except
highlighter pink.
the issue with it is the shorts.
Yeah, can you stand up for
Because
me?
he's gone the hot pink jumper, which we discussed
Yeah,
yesterday.
It doesn't work, bruh.
Actually, I don't hate it. But they do say pink and green should never be seen.
And then they're not
Without
green.
a colour
They're
in
not
between,
green.
or just never
He
be
just said
seen
they're
together.
not green.
Give us a look.
These shorts aren't green.
What are they?
They're black. Off black.
Hang on.
Are you serious?
Are you colourblind?
No, I'm excellent. I do know.
Are you?
They are.
Are you doing that?
No, that is off black.
mate. That is
They're-
green.
Khaki green. Like, could not be more green.
Is this? Are
Can we go to the phone room? Hang on.
Are you taking the piss?
Producers,
No, mate.
stand up.
Oh, don't get. What are you doing?
They are green.
Yeah, of course they're green.
They're proper
No,
green.
they're like faded black.
mate, it's
No, they're green.
They are
They've
green.
got cockatoos on them, like
Hang on.
Australiana. They're
Hang
green
on.
and yellow.
That's green.
No, that's lime green.
Oh my god.
they're as green as the leaves on the trees.
They're actually greener than the leaves on my
Are
trees.
you?
My trees.
Sorry, is this a girl in the blue/green dress situation?
No, they're green
or
shorts.
silver dress.
No one is
what
agreeing
colour
with him.
was it?
The silver blue dress.
Silver blue. That's right.
Anyway, we like the jumper. It looks good. Is it cozy?
It is. So the jumper's
Hot
fluoro pink. And Lauren was on the phone when I purchased it yesterday.
Don't say you don't want to be like me, by the way. I wore a pink hoodie yesterday.
Delicious.
And he goes, I think I'm going to go and buy. Do you think I could wear pink? I'm going to go and buy a pink hoodie.
I was at the shop. I was talking to
and
Lauren.
I was like, yeah, go for it. And I have that exact jumper you've gone and bought. Am I your
It looks
style
comfortable.
icon?
No, you are not. I bought the cheaper version. Mine doesn't have a little horse on it. But I was at the shop and I was like, oh, pink's controversial.
But you went to the shop
Why is it controversial?
Because you spoke about it yesterday.
Quite bright. You know, I knew I'd cop crap from you guys.
No,
Anyway.
you haven't copped any crap. We like it.
Well,
Strong men wear pink.
Well,
Real men wear pink.
I walked out of the shop and I rang Lauren and went, I just bought the pink jumper because the sales assistant told me I look good in it. She was very pretty.
I think it's good.
She was like, you look
Good on
great in
you.
that.
Did you get the khaki green as well, which I told you to?
Yeah, I got that.
Well,
yeah.
lucky you didn't wear it with the shorts because you'd look like you're in a safari suit.
Green!
It's so green.
Hey, on 13/24/10, I want to know, or we want to know, have you hooked up with someone at work? The juicier the story, the better.
The boss.
Have you hooked up with anyone at work?
13, 24, 10
Have
is
you,
our
Jase?
number.
No, he doesn't want to answer it.
in return,
exclusively
Yeah,
dates
we'll
people
give the
from
best
work.
story a $200 Kogan voucher.
I have dabbled in the workplace.
Yes, you have.
I remember getting my first on-air shift, and it was like the graveyard shift from midnight till 6 a.m. And there was a girl who was just finishing, and we were sort of crossing over, and we sort of hooked up in the studio, and I got caught up, and the song finished, and the radio station went off air.
Oh, whoops.
What, you stooped her in the studio?
No, I didn't stoop her in the studio. We were just like,
I reckon she actually hit play on the emergency tape to get the hell out of there.
She's just commando
She couldn't
rolled
get
out.
emergency services. So she
next
pushed
day the boss
emergency
was like,
tape.
why are we getting reports on the computer that we went
So
off air
what did
last
you do?
night?
Just a little pash?
Just a little cuddle.
Just randomly.
Like she was finishing, I was
But
starting.
had there been any kind of flirtatious activity leading up to that?
I
or
would
was it
like to
just
think so.
A one-hit wonder
No,
because you
it
were
was
both
like
there at the
A
time.
little bit flirtatious, and then like, oh, we're both here at midnight, and
Were you known as Labby at the time?
okay, moving on. Why
I
is this?
reckon I would too, actually.
What?
Oh, thanks,
With
Lauren.
Jase?
No, God, no.
Thanks, Lauren.
Oh,
That's
God,
lovely.
no.
That's really nice
No,
of you.
I mean, if there was a hottie in the building, it was
That's
midnight,
not
and
how
I
it
was
came
young
across.
and single and we were both working and had nothing else to do.
Look at her back
I
pedal.
said a hottie. I said a hottie in the studio.
That is a fair distinction.
There
to
is
be
not
fair.
one part of the fibre of my
I
being.
don't know, you seem
that
pretty
will go,
keen
oh,
at
there's
the start."
Jase. Let's go.
Is this because of J-Lo?
It is because of J-Lo. Now, what's happened? What's she done? She was doing a performance.
Well, she was hosting the AMAs, and
Oh, she was hosting.
American-
she was
it.
hosting in Vegas.
So it wasn't just a
affair.
concert, it was the
no,
AMAs.
no.
American Music Awards.
Oh, so
she-
all eyes are on her. Like
Oh,
this is
yeah.
broadcast.
And Lauren-
she knew what she was doing.
Oh, yeah.
As host, she opened her own show by singing, by dancing, by
At Fan Fan Boom.
hashing 3 backup dancers
Hashing?
and full pash. I think it was a bloke and 2 chicks
Oh.
that she pashed. She macked on with them.
Oh.
The first pash was a lot more tongue than the other 2. But
You're we're hosting the Sony Foundation launch tomorrow. Lauren should when we intro
Do the
Amy Shark
opening.
on stage.
Is Amy Shark
Yeah.
performing? No, I
Good that you
I
read the
shan't.
notes.
I shan't be doing that. I haven't read the script or the notes.
with
yet.
Sharky,
I shan't
have a
be doing
pash with
that.
Sharky.
No, well, maybe I'll patch the drummer. She got in trouble with it.
Poor drummer just called in sick.
busy.
All right,
I mean, was it hot or not, though,
yeah, it was. It was just.
from your perspective?
Did it scream a bit desperate?
Because we walked in and our producer
I
goes,
was-
it was hot.
Yeah,
I
but
wouldn't say
he's-
it was hot. It was. The first pash was good, and then it just got a little bit predictable after
Yeah.
A bit sloppy second, sloppy
Yeah,
third, do you reckon?
yeah,
Who did she pash first?
that. The bloke.
And is that hot? Do you think that's hot watching a girl kiss a man? Or you guys just like watching girls kissing girls? Which bit of it was hot? And everyone's gone silent.
This is
Look
to
at
you,
all.
Clint.
No, she's directing it at you.
No, it wasn't
I'm
me. She's
asking both
looking
of
at
you.
you.
Both of you.
Put it this way: it was a bit that I felt.
But you said you liked the
I
girl
felt,
kissing the boy, but
I
not the girl
felt
kissing
that
the girl.
the J-Lo kissing the girls is a bit more transactional. For
Yes,
her.
Oh, like she was
yes.
just
Whereas
trying to
she's trying to get some
she was
noise.
right
yeah.
into the bloke.
Let's
Oh,
go
she
to
was right into him, was
Oh,
she?
yes.
Like they're on?
Oh,
It was
yeah.
like real,
Like move over
real
Ben?
Mac Daddy, tongue down the throat.
Oh.
Yeah. Lingered. She lingered.
She didn't linger with the girls?
No. is more.
Can I see it? Can we get it up on the screen?
Let's go to John in Mentone. John, you work at a wedding reception. What happened?
Yeah, I was the bartender and the wedding coordinator. We had to take a bottle of champagne down to the bridal suite for the newlyweds to go down and celebrate.
Yep.
And then one thing led to another, and we shared a kiss down there.
Just
Who,
a
you
kiss?
and the bride or you and the groom?
No, the wedding coordinator and
The
him.
wedding coordinator.
Oh. He's the
bartender.
So she was my boss, and I was the bartender.
Oh.
And then,
And
So you went down to the bridal suite and had a little...
Poor sweet was christened
Moment.
before the couple even got
and
there.
Johnny boy,
Yeah.
was it just a kiss?
Well, it was just a kiss that one time, and then a few more times after that. It was obviously a Saturday
it was
night. every
on.
now and
Oh, well,
then,
this is a
and
better
then-
story. I thought you went down and kissed the bride.
No.
No, of course not.
No, good on you, John.
Oh,
Oh,
well
that's a
done,
bit
John.
of fun.
Here we go.
I mean, that's a romantic place.
We
It's
got one.
asking for romance.
We got one.
Speaking of romantic
We got one what?
locations, let's go to Anonymous. You work at Woolies.
Oh, God. If you tell me it was in the freezer.
No, it's actually a little bit saucier than that. I'm dating my manager's son now. But
Does the manager know?
now she does. We did keep it under wraps for quite a bit.
Does he also work at Woolies?
Not anymore. Up until about a month ago, he did. It was about 4. That's why she knows now. It was about 4 months.
Where were you
that we
hooking
just,
up, Anon?
A couple of locations that they probably shouldn't have been. But
No, tell us,
Give us
tell
one,
us, tell
give
us,
us
tell
one.
us, tell us,
Whereabouts?
tell us, tell us.
My
Wait,
money's
not on my fruit and veg. I
My
hope.
money's on the deli.
No, nothing like that. There's a couple of sheds at the back of the car.
Some sheds. Is that where the trucks come in and out?
Up against the bread crates.
Oh,
But
that's
do they
romance.
not have cameras in there, like to make sure no one's stealing
Yeah,
the
but that's
food?
Probably, you know.
It's more daring.
Oh, guys. Let's go to
She's
Parliament.
gone.
13 24 10. Carol. Hello, Carol.
Hello. Good morning, everyone.
Have you hooked up
Carol.
with someone at work? And where were you working there, Carol?
I wasn't actually working. My father was a standing member of the local parliament, and I volunteered my services to the point that I'd get a phone call and I'd go up to the office to our local member of parliament, and put it this way, I'd walk out the door wiping my mouth and cleaning myself up.
Hang on. Did you say you're...
Carol?
Carol? No.
I'm shook.
Carol!
With who?
Hang on. Wait,
Who
are we
were you
talking?
meeting there?
Let's
Are we
not get
talking-
any more
No,
graphic,
no.
Carol.
All
Yeah.
I heard was where a dad worked. So who were you hooking up
I
with?
didn't know. That's not what I...
I was picking up, my dad was a sitting member of our
Yeah.
local
So that's why you were there.
Oh.
And the actual sitting member of parliament, I'd get a 101 text on my phone, which
Oh.
means the office is empty, come up, and I'd go up.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
Oh.
is this like council or is this state?
council.
Oh, it's council. So you were on with the mayor.
Having the mayor. with
Was
the
he
mayor.
wearing his robes?
Was it with the sash? Do they wear the sash?
No, there was no role playing.
Oh.
There
Oh.
was, no.
Just some.
And how long did that go on for, Carol?
Oh, about 6-7 months.
And did Dad ever find out?
Oh, yeah, Dad knew.
Oh, Dad knew.
Oh,
When he saw him leaving the room.
yeah.
Dad knew.
That makes you feel a bit better about paying your rates, doesn't it?
Doesn't it? Really does.
I wouldn't be paying my rates. I've already paid them.
Or you just paid them. Yeah, it is.
yeah. No,
just,
you are. No.
just
Nah.
gone 16 to 7.
Carol.
Guys, let's talk footy. God,
Footy.
I'm so excited about Friday night's game.
Who's playing Friday
Hawks v Pies.
It's a big one.
Oh, that's a big one.
Trying to get
Hawks.
tickets.
Silly as it sounds, Hawks need a win.
You're trying to get tickets.
Hmm.
Why can't you get them? Is it sold out?
Not yet.
You just don't want to pay
He
for them. You
wants
want free
freebies.
tickets. God, you're a tight ass. Just buy them like everyone else.
Did you ask Mason?
No, he offered.
Did
and
you
I
ask Nick
said no.
Watson?
So
No.
what do you mean he offered and you said no, but you're still trying to get tickets?
No.
Why wouldn't you say yes?
Because he said, hey, do you want me to sort tickets out for you and the kids for any of the games? This is a night one. It'll be too late for my boys. So I'll pull in that favour when they're playing an afternoon
right.
game.
You just want to go and get on the beers. Who are you going to go with?
Don't know yet.
Oh, God. I bet you $100 million he doesn't go.
He won't go. He absolutely will not go.
Well, as that came out of my mouth, I was like, I don't actually have $100 million. What am I, 6? I bet you are. I'm like
That is
6 years
such
old.
a bet you do when you're a kid.
Hey, one guy that might have $100 million is Bailey Smith because he is one of the most marketable footballers in Australia right now. Everyone's talking about him, including Andrew Dillon, because take you back to the weekend when he played the Bulldogs and someone he posted a photo, a smiling Bailey Smith after the game, and it attracted a few comments. One of them was from a punter which said, "Nose beers after the game, mate." To which Bailey replied, "Nah, bro. After the flag, maybe though."
Saw this.
Now,
Well, I mean, he's a bit of a smart ass, isn't he?
yeah, he is. Now, I'll get your reaction to what Bailey did after we hear from Andrew Dillon.
Bailey is a role model, and he has to be cognizant of that when he's engaging in the public or on social media. I know that the club are talking to Bailey and counselling about that and reminding him of that he is a role model for hundreds and thousands of boys and girls out there.
Look, I get it. Does he need? I don't think he needs counselling over it. He was just giving it back to someone who gave it to him. But you're right. He is a role model, and it was a bit silly.
I thought the club handled it well early in
Yeah,
the week.
Chris
They were
Scott
saying,
spoke well.
look, it's quite a balance of, yes, they're role models, but they're also young guys in their 20s growing up in a social media world.
He's not going to throw his star player under the bus, though.
No.
But Andrew Dillon's right. It was a bit. I think we all saw it and went, "Oh no!"
Well, it's one of those ones that you see and you're like, how on earth will people react?
Yes.
Well, when I got sent it, I was like, "No, I just assume everything's AI these days."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Someone's made that up."
Well, I thought,
and then I went on the page and I was like, "Oh no, he wrote it."
You sound like that Polly that got caught. It was AI, it wasn't me.
I think it
he
was. I just
was that-
assume
he was a
nothing's
South
real
Australian
anymore.
deputy leader
Yeah.
or something.
He was.
And
Hey,
he was,
AI gets me. I'm like, all
we
the
got
time.
other footy news to
Bit
talk
silly,
as
bit
well.
silly.
Let's bring in our next guest.
Premiership player Will Schofield joins us. He's West Coast through and through. Good morning to you, Scoey. How you doing?
Morning.
Yeah, great. Good to be with you guys. How are you guys?
We're good. I'm
Better than
especially
your old team.
Well, I'm especially good because I'm a Melbourne supporter, and I reckon the D's are flying at the moment. 5 from their last 6. Now, am I dreaming? I reckon we might be able to play September.
You're back in business, the Melbourne Demons, you reckon? No. Hang on. I was posing.
Oh,
a
okay.
question.
So now
I
you
was
bring me
saying,
down.
Do you think you are back in business? Look, Max Gawn is the most important player in the AFL. Like, his form and his importance to your side is unbelievable. He's bald. He has a beard. I love him. because
Remind you of anyone?
Yeah, look, I've spoken to Gawny at length about this. I feel like he's just gone past my talent in terms of what I gave at the game. Like, he's just an absolute star. So Melbourne, look, I think you might be able to challenge for finals. I just would hate to. You can't lose Gawny or Cozzy, and like over here in the West, Freo want Cozzy.
Yeah, hands off, brother.
Well,
But do you want Luke back? Because I think you want Luke Jackson back.
It's not trade week, guys.
no, but speaking of hands off, Will, there's a lot of chat about Harley Reid. Do we think he's going to be coming back to Melbourne? Not Melbourne Footy Club, but back to Victoria, I should say.
I think the chat's from Victoria. Look, over here in the West, right? So just a bit of context. I'm from Geelong. I'm a Victorian. I'm in West Australian media, and I just have to put up with West Australians all day long over here, right? So I do understand the Victoria, West Australian sort of side of things. I think people from Victoria want Harley Reid to come back. Clearly, people from Western Australia want Harley Reid to stay here.
What does Harley Reid want?
Doesn't matter.
Well, that's genuinely
He wants cash. Cash.
Money.
Well, I think Harley. Look, I actually have a little bit to do with Harley. He's a country kid. He's from Tongala in Victoria. He's not from Hawthorn. He's not from Caulfield East.
Yeah, I know, but unfortunately, Tongala aren't going to have the budget for Harley Reid to play.
No, well, they probably would like him back. But what I'm saying is, he's not from Melbourne. He's from country Victoria. So going home isn't going home to Melbourne. Going home would be going home to Tongala. As you said, the Tongala thirds aren't getting him to play in the forward pocket for him. So I think maybe as it stands, he stays here.
Oh.
I think he enjoys the quiet sort of side of
Perth's
things.
a big
over
country
here.
town.
How much longer has he got left on his
Another
contract?
year, Jase.
Another year. Yeah,
He's
right.
got another year. Like, his form hasn't been amazing this year either. But, like, I don't know what's happened over with you guys, but over here in Harley's first year, he was on the back page 87 times in the paper. Sam Lawler, who he looks like a great kid as well. Sam Lawler had 2 touches on the weekend and did his hammy. Is he on the back page because of that or not?
No, he was, though, when his tackle fell out.
That's right. Yeah, you can't
we
put that in the
all saw
paper. Hey,
It's a special edition.
you can see every game of every AFL round live, plus over 50 of the world's best sports. Formula One, I was watching on the weekend on KO Sports. Get amongst it.
I know.
Hey,
What's up next? The Spanish GPs next weekend.
Yeah, that's coming up. Hey, Will, thanks for jumping on this morning, mate.
Good on you, Scully.
Thanks, guys. Have a great one.
Chat soon.
You too. Well, good morning, Melbourne. It is just gone 7:08. Big day today.
Good morning.
For us here in Melbourne. Machete ban comes into effect.
I mean, to
from
be
midday
honest,
today.
it's not going to affect a lot of people because...
Well, I think at the moment, any sort of comfort.
I agree. It feels like we're going in the right direction.
But is it going to work? Is it just going to drive stuff underground?
I think the people who have machetes, don't they already have them?
Yeah.
They're troublemakers. Are they going down to...
Well, they
got to get them from somewhere. They've got to get them from somewhere.
They're hoping it's a lot like the gun buyback was back in the 90s,
Yeah,
whereby people
handed
handed in their guns.
Which they're dreaming.
Which, if they're already underground, they're underground.
If you got a machete for a bad reason, then you're not handing that in. But
luckily, we've got a man in the know coming in.
But look, it'll put less in the community. I appreciate that.
If it makes it harder for them to get it, then
yeah,
I vote for it. Coming up after 7:30, a very special Probe the Popo. We've got Commander Tim Tully in to talk more about it. Before that, though, I love a good wedding.
Same.
Me too. In fact, it's been a while since I've been to a wedding.
I'm emceeing a wedding in a couple of weeks.
Are you?
Yeah.
Now, being an MC at a wedding is a big, very stressful job.
Okay, so it's Zoe, who's a good friend of ours. She's the kids' swim teacher and looks after the kids sometimes.
What? So what?
You're emceeing the kids' swim teacher.
So she's...
Did you say your friends, or they're just...
No. Like we've gotten to know them over the years. I've met her family. I go around there.
Was she in her rashi in the pool teaching your kids? When she, Jase, can you MC my wedding?
Are you charging her? And so, you're getting free swimming lessons?
You're getting free
I'm not
lessons.
getting free swimming lessons.
Yeah, I do that.
She's become a family friend. The only concern I've got is her partner, Ned. It's quite straighty 180, his family.
You've really got to consider that. I know someone who got married recently and the best man made the speech and the bride ended up in tears and asked him to leave.
No, I'm not going to do that.
No.
It'll be all above board.
No, and also you're just the facilitator. You're not the best man.
Yes. Don't throw her in the deep end.
I saw on
Thanks.
Instagram last night this clip that went viral of these two bridesmaids at their best friend's wedding, and they rewrote the words to Adele, and they sung "Hello from your bridesmaids."
Oh no!
And the words were so funny.
You think I should do a sing along?
You should do "Hello from your MC." No? Don't recommend?
No.
Okay, let's work on it. We could work on it collectively.
No, I'm going to go with that.
Yeah.
Should I bring a choir in?
Yeah.
Backup singers. Hello from your MC.
Yeah.
Hey, we're talking weddings next. Wait till you hear how one bloke arrived and walked down the aisle at his wedding. We'll go there after Alex Warren. Let's talk weddings.
Wedding chat. What's happened?
Wedding chat. And from one of our favourites...
Hello. I'm Frank Pleasure to meet you. Okay, please come with me and we'll talk all about our big day. The big day for the bride.
Clint,
Pleasure to meet all.
from your favourite movie?
Father of the bride.
Go on, you two Franks, have a chat.
Mr. Bong.
Mr. Boggs.
Hello, Frank. A pleasure to meet you.
How many people you to 200? It is.
It's a big day.
It is a big day.
And
his assistant.
You're a good Frank.
His assistant's amazing. Okay, have you not seen
I've
Father
not
of the
seen
Bride?
Father of the Bride.
Okay, let's go.
I do not.
You know
do
what?
know
You
that
are the
scene.
Frank of this team.
I
Frank.
love Frank.
So do I.
Mr. Bong.
Okay.
Can you do this whole segment talking like Frank?
No.
I want to talk about a groom in Sydney who has made quite an elaborate arrival to his wedding. I just think, look,
What did he do?
I love it. I've seen like the flower girls be replaced with blokes before handing out beers instead of rose
Yeah, that's
petals.
quite different.
And, like
A
things
flower bro.
Yeah. This bloke arrived at his wedding.
Oh
Sick.
my goodness!
On a horse.
He's on a grey horse in a white suit.
Leading the
Procession.
procession of cars to the wedding.
Dearie
Yeah.
me.
Don't you think the guy holding the horse's reins with his hat backwards takes the...
Oh, the horse
no,
is
he-
getting jittery.
Yeah.
Oh, is it dancing?
That's got the guy
it's
on
dancing.
it.
It's
So
a horse dancer.
I think the thing is, if you're going to ride a horse into your wedding, you
need to
be
know
able
how to ride a
it.
horse.
You can't have a handler leading you like you're on a pony.
He looks like he's on the pony ride.
But it's his wedding. I went to Guyton Grantley's wedding and he rode up the beach on a horse,
Yeah, but
Guyton Grantley looks like a bloke that'll
bit
ride a
different.
horse.
Yeah,
these guys are
walking through the streets of...
yeah.
I wanna bring
it's a bit-
in-
Eltham.
It's a bit bogan.
I want to bring in a wedding.
I like it. It's his wedding. Let him do what he wants.
Guys, I found a Frank.
Frank.
G, the wedding planner from gwhatawedding.com.au. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, G.
You're our resident Frank. G, you would have seen some crackers in your time working in the wedding industry.
Absolutely. Actually, my brother's getting married at the end of the year. My mum wants a horse as well, so it's really funny that that is the conversation today.
He's just got to know how to ride it because I think turning up on a miniature Shetland pony is kind of embarrassing.
We'll get a big one. We'll get a big
Yay
one.
or
Make sure we
nay?
get
Is it
some riding.
okay? Is it okay to ride a horse into your wedding?
Well, why not?
I agree.
Anything extra, I say.
So what are some of the crazier things you've seen at a wedding? I think you can
Yeah. So I've been a wedding planner for about 18 years. So one of our grooms flew in, all of his groomsmen by helicopter. So they set at Crown and they landed at Vines
sick.
of the Yarra.
It's a bit bougie.
That's bougie.
It was
But
bougie, and we were
if
like
it was
running
at
through.
Crown and they're on the roof, was there anyone there to see them land? It's not like you're in the Yarra Valley where all the guests are there and you see them land.
So no, the guest was sort of inside because it was a bit of a cold day, but we all ran there with the photographer, videographer, so it's all captured and everything.
Just for the vid, for the social.
The chopper would ruin your
the social.
wedding hair. Like,
Sorry?
just go.
It'd be worse for a female.
Yeah, but like you're looking all.
He might have been bald. You never know.
You never know. If you're bald, chopper it in. What else, G?
We have transported mushrooms from Melbourne because my bride was vegan. To the destination island, so we could have a lion's mane mushroom for our mains.
I had a lion's mane mushroom drink yesterday.
I'd be.
No, they're not poisonous. They're fine.
Anything else? Might pass on
Have
the
you
mains.
seen any any arguments between brides and bridesmaids?
Biffo.
Best men can get it wrong making the speech
What's
at a wedding.
gone wrong?
What's gone wrong at a wedding?
We've seen a lot. 18 years of planning, a lot more sort of Middle Eastern, European weddings. So you get a bit of everything.
I've had to lift the. Sorry, you go, G.
We've seen arguments, we've seen fights, we've had to sort of step in for argument. Look, we don't get those clients anymore, so we're pretty grateful.
You guys are the ones that have to solve the problems so they don't think that there is an issue.
I had to lift the groom at a big Lebanese wedding, on the chair.
I love those weddings.
Same.
And I went to a Lebanese wedding and they had all the drums. It was
that was on as well. It was quite a lot.
Maybe it was an
Did I put you on
Armenian
my shoulders at your wedding?
Probably.
It's not a music festival.
I was much lighter then.
G from gwhatawedding.com.au joining us.
G, do you have an assistant?
I do, yes. I've got a team of about 3 of us on the day.
Oh, who's your main assistant? What's their name?
Frank.
Her name is actually Little G.
Well done, Frank.
13-24-10 is our number. Let's talk over the top weddings.
Extra. What happened?
Yeah.
Did they ride in on a horse? Did they arrive on a helicopter? Did they arrive on a jet plane? Did they arrive up the river? Was there an argument between the bride and groom? Bridesmaid, groomsmen?
I always wonder what it'd be like to be at one of those weddings where, one of the, it's not great, but someone gets called out for cheating or whatever and they walk off and,
you don't want to be there.
No.
Do you still eat?
No. Sometimes the guests get it wrong as well.
Well, they're paid for the wedding, so they wouldn't do it till after you've eaten, I reckon. They get their money's worth.
Gotcha.
Don't know. Sometimes the guests get it wrong.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
They, indulge a little bit too much. Our favourite story.
Are you talking about the person that pooed on the wedding bus?
Oh, yeah.
That's
she drank too much and she had a situation in her jumpsuit.
Followed.
You guys were great friends, though, because you got the bus driver to put the headlights on so you could watch her.
No, I didn't know her and I asked the bus driver to turn the headlights off.
Oh,
so
see,
people
that's
stopped
good.
looking.
That's a good friend.
And her sister turned up and said, "You're not getting in my car."
Can you play Frank to the break?
Absolutely. 13 24 10. We are talking extra weddings. What have you witnessed, Melbourne? Join us on the air. I got free stuff to go. How about tickets to the Good Food and Wine Show?
Hello. Amo talaga ang kabayo ang Frank Plaza Tomatio. Okay, please come with me and we'll talk all about our big day.
We're talking outlandish weddings. What have you been to? Was it a little bit extra? Give us a yell.
I love a wedding, but I love an outlandish wedding, and I also secretly love when things go a little bit awry. Jase.
Do you like the little...
Well, no, I like it when it goes crazy fun.
Yeah, crazy fun.
Not crazy bad.
Georgina, good morning.
Clint, you evil
Good
monster.
morning.
All right, extra wedding. What do we got?
My husband and I rode camels from one church to the other church.
That is
Sorry?
iconic.
Camels?
What?
Yep.
Okay, talk us through it. Where were you? What part of the world?
We were Sydney Road, Coburg.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Egypt.
I thought you were going to say
No.
Alice Springs or yeah. Sydney
No.
Road, Coburg. And
Yes.
so why camels?
Why not?
That was my favourite animal, and that was the condition of the wedding, that we had to have camels.
The wedding.
And was it just the greatest thing that ever happened to you?
Oh,
Greatest
yeah,
moment of your
yeah.
life?
Do
Now,
they,
you can have two people on one camel because of the hump.
The hump,
Were you on
yeah.
the same camel or separate camels?
Well, we had 5 camels because we had wanted all the bridal party to go on the camels, but it was a June wedding, raining, slippery.
Oh,
So
Did you
in the end,
Yeah.
it was just my husband and I and one lonely groomsman that made it to the other church on the camel.
Okay.
But the other one
and
slipped
did
off?
you hold up traffic?
Yes. They had to get the police, and word spread, and we ended up all the different TV channels
Of
came.
course I did.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they'd love
I
that.
don't know
You
how I
news
feel about-
types, Clint, you love all that kooky stuff.
I don't know how I feel about live animals.
You can imagine.
But if the camel poos? like,
What
they're on
if the camel
Yeah.
spits on the bride?
Exactly.
No, they'd get friendly camels.
Kyle on 13 24 10.
But also imagine the chopper chick. Oh, a bit of a hold up on Sydney Road, Coburg this morning. There are camels across the road. Looks to be a bride on top.
Make sure you sleep easy on spinal legs. Come on. Kyle in Bentley.
I think it's EZE.
Sorry.
It's actually Isle.
Oh, sorry. Hello. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
We're good.
Good,
All right.
Kyle.
Extra weddings. What do you got?
My husband and I got married in a fish tank in the middle of the boat show.
Sorry. You got
In a
married what? In a what?
In a fish tank.
At
Oh,
the
that
boat
would have
show.
made Weekend Today show for sure.
At the boat.
Why
Okay.
in a fish tank, Kyle?
Well, the camels were booked. Oh,
Why
we lost.
not?
Why not? There you
Did
go.
you have to
Are you
write?
scuba diving?
Did you have to write your vows down on a whiteboard or something and hold it up?
Yeah, they were all done. The celebrant was in the water. I was in the water. My hubby was in the water. The best man and the bride.
And were you scuba diving or were you like waist deep in the water
Oh, was there fish in there?
No. We were underwater.
with sharks?
I had a wedding dress on.
Oh.
No, there was fish in there.
Just
I
fish.
had a wedding dress on.
Oh.
Everyone else had wetsuits on.
Oh, you wore a wedding dress.
Yeah.
A little
How was the
barracuda swimming.
hamoo? How'd the hair and makeup hold up after you got out of the fish tank?
Not well.
Was it just the greatest day of your life?
Oh, yeah, it was fun.
Do you
No,
wish
that's a
it
no.
wasn't in the middle
She's
of the
not
boat
convinced.
show? Why was it at the boat show?
Well, that's where they were setting up a huge fish tank, I guess.
Did it make
Yeah,
the
it was in Jeff Shed. There was the big fish tank.
Did it make
They
the
were doing
news?
casting and stuff in it.
Oh, people were casting in it. Oh.
Oh, we caught a bride. Clint, you should try that.
It is just got one. I did
You
not
would have
expect those
frothed
to.
over that story on the Weekend
Oh,
Today
yeah.
show. Oh, Clint.
It's just gone 27 to 8. Big news day today. Machete bans are coming into effect here in Victoria. We'll get the latest on that coming up in the news, and then we are probing the Popo. Morning, Melbourne. This is Nova. Well, good morning, Melbourne. It is just gone 17 to 8. Miles Smith there. You're on the air with Jason Lauren. Clint's here as well. Very special one of these today.
Jason Lawrence. Answer me! Probe the Popo.
Tell me what you know.
We love the Victorian Police. We catch up with different areas of the cops. I went diving with the Water Police.
You did.
We
Yeah.
normally have Cheesy, our resident friendly cop, in today. We got his boss. Commander Tim Tully is joining us on the air. Good morning, Tim.
Good morning.
Good morning, Tim. Thanks for being here.
You have a lot of silverware on your shoulders.
It's a heavy burden to bear.
Yeah, you've got a big job, don't you?
Looking after Cheesy, yes.
Yes,
Our friend Cheese.
Cheesy's our
He's a
friendly
great lad.
cop.
He is a good man, Cheesy.
We love him.
He really is.
We love him, but we're excited to have a big dog in town today.
Commander, it's a big day here in Victoria. We've heard a lot about the machete ban, which comes into place at midday, in the wake of what was quite distressing scenes at Northland at the weekend. Are Victoria Police ready for this machete ban?
Yeah, as ready as we can be in terms of the interim ban. So as of midday today, there's an interim ban on the sale of machetes, which is effective right across the state. That's a complete ban on the sale of machetes from midday, as I said. It's certainly an interim ban until the permanent legislation is introduced and permanent ban comes into effect on the 1st of September.
What would be the difference then when the permanent ban comes in?
Certainly the legislation comes into effect on the 1st of September. So the interim ban, we hope, will choke the immediate supply of machetes and hopefully prevent some of those getting out into onto the street at the moment,
right?
In preparation for the legislation that's introduced on the 1st of September.
So as police officers, does this just give you an extra thing to do to go around to all those stores that are selling them and make sure they're doing the right thing and they're not selling them?
My understanding is that the enforcement in that space, if we have retailers that are selling machetes in defiance of the interim ban, that will be something for the Consumer Affairs Task Force to look into. So the enforcement activities will be carried out by them, but that certainly will not stop the police looking or continuing to target people who are carrying machetes.
So it's not police going door to door, it's going to be Consumer Affairs Victoria, is it?
Absolutely.
Which is good, because you have enough on your plate. You don't need to be policing what's happening in retail stores.
Yeah, and that's correct, and certainly we will assist where we can, but it's Consumer Affairs Task Force that we're looking at that.
Do we think this is going to make a difference?
I hope it will make a difference, and certainly anything we can do to choke the supply and stem the supply and flow of machetes or, large edged weapons out onto the street is a step in the right direction.
Because when we see things like what happened at Northland, and you hear stories about it being a 15-year-old kid or a 16-year-old kid, are those kids currently allowed to go into a retail store and buy a machete?
No. So I mean,
so they've got them. They've acquired them illegally anyway.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So, is this the right step forward?
Look, it is a step in the right direction in terms of trying to stem the flow. Most certainly, we look forward to the permanent ban that comes into effect on the 1st of September and a range of other changes to the legislation that will also assist.
So it's a step in the right direction.
Exactly. It's better than nothing. Tim, Commander, this is quite personal to me because I was involved in quite a violent crime about a year and a half ago where someone lost their life, and I can finally talk about it, and I'm going to on the show tomorrow, but I've been quite frustrated with how long this has taken, and I can imagine you guys must be just as frustrated.
Look,
why don't things get turned around quicker?
Look, it's a good question. I suppose with any issues, there are a number of factors and issues that need to be considered before we make wholesale changes to legislation. It certainly is a welcome change.
Yep.
The legislation that comes into effect later this year is a welcome change. Mm-hmm. It can be frustrating, but we have to make certain that any changes to legislation that are made, we've factored in all the different stakeholders and all the different permutations, so we don't cause other issues as a direct result.
There is already so much which is driven underground. Are you concerned that knives, machetes, violent weapons will be driven underground by this ban?
Look, it's possible that will occur. I think if you look at the classification of machetes under the new legislation, it puts them in the sphere of a prohibited weapon. They're a controlled weapon at the moment.
Right.
And without getting into the definitions, that's where they will end up. Certainly with a prohibited weapon, if you do not have an exemption, you cannot bring into Victoria.
Yeah.
You cannot... cause to be brought in Victoria, you cannot manufacture, you cannot display or sell a prohibited weapon.
Well, I was just going to ask, when we're talking about machetes, because we were having this conversation off the air yesterday, what's classed as a machete?
Well, I say I wouldn't even know what a machete is.
Hunting knives, all that sort of stuff?
Look, I think a machete will have a definition in terms of the length of the blade.
Yeah,
and certainly what we've seen, what traditionally, I think, when I was growing up, when I was around, a machete was at a certain size and shape. And what you've seen in recent times, they've certainly become very, very far removed from what we would traditionally call a machete that perhaps could be used in some form of employment. Certainly, they're gaining popularity online sales and the like. And the styles. I
So
suppose.
are they banned being sold online as well?
I think that's an area that will need to be looked at for sure.
So if someone's caught with a machete as of midday today on the streets, that clearly shouldn't have one.
Yep.
What
happens?
What recourse do you have?
All right, so if someone today is found in possession of a machete on the streets, it is still a controlled weapon, and they must have a reasonable excuse to actually do that. So they must carry it in a secure manner that is consistent with the lawful excuse. So a lawful excuse will be lawful employment. It could be a sport or a lawful recreation, or it could be a legitimate display or collection. It is most certainly not for self-defense.
Can you arrest someone for having someone, or do you confiscate it if they've got it for the wrong reasons? What powers do the police have?
Certainly there may be arrest powers there. Certainly we can confiscate that. Certainly there are some search powers, so we need to believe on reasonable grounds that someone is in possession. There are other powers in terms of any search warrants that we may have, or if it's in a designated area where we can actually search without reasonable grounds.
And this is first type of the first ban of its type in Australia. Remember the gun amnesty going back into the 90s? Is this akin to the gun amnesty?
I think it could be in a way. So I think if you're going to have an amnesty, then what you need to put in place.
What's an amnesty? Sorry.
You basically, in the wake of the Port Arthur massacre, people
handing your guns.
Exactly, handing into the guns that you
can do that obviously without committing an offence. So to actually do that, you need the infrastructure and the processes in place, and you need to be able to communicate that to the community so they can actually attend a place lawfully carrying it to actually hand it in. Certainly, we don't want people, at the moment walking into police stations with machetes and things like that. We need, some.
You need a plan, and it must be hard for you guys when things like this come in so quickly, because there's been some criticism of the Victorian government that this is a knee-jerk reaction and it's a band-aid, and it's actually putting the police under more pressure.
Look, I think it's in our nature to pivot in terms of the changes that come in as best we possibly can. We understand that these things take time, but again, I think the ban today is a step in the right direction at least.
Well, Tim, you guys are working around the clock, and I know you spread thin already. Thank you for the job you guys do.
Yeah, you do an amazing job.
Thank you very much.
And just quickly, it must be frustrating when I'm outraged that these kids that were allegedly in this fight at Northland were out on bail. You guys bust your balls to go and arrest them again, and then some of them get released back into the community. Do you sometimes just put your hand in the air and go, "What are we doing this for?"
Look, I think the new bail laws are certainly assisting. It's a step in the right direction again. It's certainly made a difference, and we've seen that.
So you have seen that it's made a difference?
Absolutely, and I appreciate that our members sometimes get frustrated, but I think they're very passionate about what they do.
Absolutely, otherwise they wouldn't be out there.
Exactly.
But it's just
and
the frustration we get to.
Yeah.
Can't we just go back to the 80s where you can be like, I've lost the keys to the paddy wagon, you'll have to stay in there? It doesn't work like that, does it?
Doesn't work like that.
No, right.
Hey, just very quickly, why are we seeing an explosion in these violent attacks at shopping centres? Why do you think the gangs are going to public places like this?
It's a really good question, and I wish I knew the answer. So certainly when we have these types of incidents, I think it's fair to say that they're not common, but when we do have them, quite clearly they're in a public environment and they impact on the community who are just going about their business.
Yeah.
It's very sad to think that, we have rival gangs that whatever conflict or whatever issue is there, they think it's appropriate to go out to a very public place and undertake the behaviour that we saw on the weekend. I wish I knew the answer. I wish I knew the answer to that.
It's a different world, mate.
People should feel safe.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to say. Yeah. People are scared now to go to shopping centres, to go to these high traffic areas. Is that something Victoria Police are looking at, having a bigger police presence in these really busy spots?
So I think what you'll see over the next couple of days into the next couple of weeks at Northland will have a visible policing presence and reassurance patrols, just to make sure that
that makes people feel comfortable.
Absolutely. We want them to feel safe when they go about their normal business and day-to-day activities. I think some of the new legislation that will come in terms of designated areas for a longer period of time rather than, say, for the 12 hours that we've seen will make a difference as well.
Yeah.
Hey, we really appreciate your time this morning. We know
Thank
it's busy.
you so
Commander
much.
Tim Tully joining us on the air. Thanks for coming in, Tim.
Thank you very much. My pleasure.
Victoria Police do a great job, and we appreciate all of you in frustrating and difficult
Jase
times.
really straightened up. He was like, I've got to call him Commander.
Yes.
The whole time.
I actually went out and asked Tim for a hug.
Oh, and what did he say?
Well, you're not
No.
a hug. No. See Taylor and Travis out for a little couple romantic dinner
I know.
in a restaurant.
Yeah, well, so they should.
Looked a little La Porchetta vibes.
They're in a booth.
They were in a booth.
I don't like a booth for two.
I
Why
agree.
not?
Lauren. It
In
looked
fact,
like they were putting
you
on a
know what?
show.
What's wrong
they
with a
were
booth
putting
for
on a
two?
show.
A booth for two's too much because it looks like you're facing out to the restaurant.
Oh, I
It's
quite
like
like
we're
a booth for
presenting
two.
to you.
Yes.
Here we are. Everyone, look at us on our huge table. In
The
this
other
booth.
day, my wife and I went for lunch. My wife.
Everyone's looking at you like you're not looking at each other.
I
You're sitting
understand. I
next
get
to
that
each
now.
other.
I'm just picturing us in a booth together, Lauren.
Oh, you and I could sit in a booth. Would it be like everyone look at us, look at me?
It is awkward in a booth regardless when you have to scoot around.
Well,
Tell you
there-
what's worse.
one of
We're
our-
at a table
Oh,
for
no,
four, and Lou goes, "Well, come and sit next to me." And I went, "What? Like we're the idol judging panel? Like you need to sit opposite
yes.
each other."
Yeah.
What? And what? Where did the other two sit? They
No,
sat on the
It was
side.
just her and I.
Where was Marsha?
And Lou goes,
No, but you sat on different sides.
"That's
just
what
on the
I went to do."
corner.
And she said, "No, sit next to me." So it was like a rectangle
no,
table.
No.
And what? There
No.
There were three. No. What did she want to do? Hold your hand.
I'm like looking to my left. How's your meal?
no, that'd
that's
give you a stiff
strange.
neck. You need to swap halfway through dinner so that you
Yeah, you
start
get a wry
twisting the
neck.
other way like a rotisserie chicken. No, Lou.
We did. We looked like the idol
No, she was
judging
hiding
panel.
from someone. She
It's
wanted
good
to have
for,
her back. She didn't want to be seen with you.
Good for sharing dessert.
Did she
though.
also make you face the wall? Let's
Come to
just sit
think
on
of
this
it,
side and face the wall.
She did. Here we go. Let's go to Geelong. Maddie is on the line. She's got the kids in the car. Good morning, Maddie.
Good morning. How are you?
We are good. School
How are
drop
you,
off.
Maddie?
How's it going?
We're sitting at Coles at the moment to waste some time.
Oh, right, great.
All right, mate.
Are you
So
early?
you got 3 kids, 10, 6, and 4. Are they
Yeah.
all girls?
Yeah, it's really, really busy, I can assure you.
Oh, man,
Wow.
I feel for you when they're teenagers.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, here's the
You
go.
deserve the cash. Let's not
Exactly.
even ask her the question. Let's just give her the money.
Well, I'll tell you what, all thanks to a Rising Festival, it's returning to Melbourne and kickstarts June 4 with mind-bending art, music and performance that stirs the soul. Details at rising.melbourne. I'm going to chuck your double pass to that straight off the bat, but
Thank
we're
you,
about to
thank
play.
you.
And I believe you want to go for $500.
$500.
Here we go. The rules are simple. You will hear a question. You'll hear a 3, 2, 1 countdown, Maddie. You need to answer before that timer runs out. If you are correct, cash is yours. Good luck.
Make it an easy one.
If you don't know, guess. That's what I would say.
Yeah. Here we go.
Righto.
Spit something out. Good luck.
$500.
How many astronauts were on the Apollo 11 mission?
3.
Three.
You got it.
You've done it. Which one of the kids helped there, Maddie?
Yeah, Olive, my 10-year-old did. She's a space fanatic.
Oh, well done. Now, Maddie, is her name Olive?
Olive, yeah.
If Olive wasn't there, what would you have said?
Oh, I would have guessed and maybe said 5.
Well, Olive's getting the money then.
Oh, well done.
That's cool. Can Olive name
Yeah.
them?
Oh,
She
yeah.
just told me that she learnt about it at school yesterday.
Yeah, put her on. Put her
Yesterday?
on. See, I'll tell you what. Put her on, see if she can name them. If she does, I got a $250 Lego pack up for grabs.
cool.
All right, come on.
So, name them.
Okay.
I think one's Aaron.
Aldrin,
Buzz.
close. Yeah, Buzz Aldrin, that's one. Buzz Aldrin.
And
Neil
Neil.
Armstrong.
Yep. And do you remember the third one?
No one knows the
Yeah.
third one.
His name
It was Neil Armstrong.
Aaron.
Michael.
Yeah, but
Say
otherwise
Michael.
known to his friends as
Colo.
Aaron. You know what? I'll chuck
Give her the Lego
Yeah,
pack.
we'll chuck her a $250 Lego pack as well.
Oh, thank you, guys.
Guys,
worries.
what are the chances she learnt that at school yesterday?
I know.
Also, what are the chances she was listening at school? I would have totally zoned out during that class.
Building the future, one imaginative Lego set at a time. Big shout out to Lego.
We love giving away money, Jase.
We do indeed.
Don't we?
We do it
And we got-
well, and we do it a lot.
And we're doing it again tomorrow.
I
8
hope
o'clock.
it's $5,000.
Your
tomorrow.
chance to win $5K every day on Nova. Ed Sheeran, old phone, just gone 20 past.
What happened? What happened?
The professional that is Clint Stanaway.
What did you do?
That was like watching Jaws take a bite out of a person. He almost got a whole piece of toast in his mouth, and then I flicked the mics on and started
Did you
talking.
spit it out? Great.
Classy.
Sorry.
What's on your toast this morning?
Bit of butter and Vegemite.
Just a bit. Hey, we're taking the show on the road.
Yeah.
That's right. A little bit of history around our Lauren and Clint. These guys used to catch the same high school bus together.
Well, we went to different schools, but in the same suburb, and there was you're much older than me though, Clint.
Oh,
but there was some crossover of years.
There was a bit of cross pollination.
We're looking at the
Couple
year
of years.
2000, the Y2K
Yeah.
bug.
You guys have
we
said
caught
that
the same bus, the Glen Iris 734.
no romance ever happened between you two.
No, we didn't know each other.
But like, is there a slim chance? Like, did you ever kiss a girl
Is
on the
there a
bus?
slim chance?
No, but like, did you ever kiss a girl on
No,
the
I
bus?
was kissing on the bus. It was too full.
I admired a lot of my fellow passengers on the bus, but I never had the guts to actually go up and engage.
Did you have a bus crush?
I felt really out of my
out
of my depth because I was the government school kid and they're all private school girls.
Yeah, right.
Honestly,
you liked the
I
Avila
had
girls, did
I had an
you?
inferiority complex.
Did you?
Did you have a?
So what's holding you
They
back now?
teased me because I went to a public school.
No one teased you.
Yeah, they did.
It's such a lie.
They did.
You're a liar.
Yeah.
No, tell the truth. No one teased you.
You sound like two kids on a bus
did
right
people
now.
actually tease you?
Absolutely, yeah.
You're such a liar. Look
There's
at that, little
kid from the
smirk.
government school.
Oh, please. Get over yourself. No one did that.
You know, the one not
But-
wearing a blazer.
So did you, well, you had a blazer. You just confessed before you only wore
I
it
did.
once.
Yeah, I was school captain, so the four
Oh,
school
of
captains
That's
got
what
a
it would have
blazer.
been. Look at that square. Remember the term
Look at him
square?
with these little badges.
Look at that smart kid.
Hey,
But you
Lauren,
would have liked the Avila girls. And then the De La Salle boys caught our bus too.
did you
The Glen Waverley High boys.
have a bus crush?
Nah.
Really?
No, I didn't have a bus crush. No, because I was on the bus with people like Clint.
Oh man.
I didn't have a bus crush. But I reckon some of the older boys that caught the bus, and my brother was 2 years older than me, and some of his mates that would have caught that bus, I would have
You
gone.
hooked up with a few of his mates. None of them were the bus crush.
Probably. I wouldn't have been allowed to go near them though. Like Clint, I would have just looked from afar.
Gotcha.
Just made eyes across the bus.
Why
I
were they
was not a
public
cute
school
kid
as well?
though, with my braces and my curly hair and like no one. Even if I was making eyes at someone, they were not making eyes back. Put it that way.
Here's the go. On Friday, we're taking the show on the road. We are going to recreate the bus route you guys used to go on, and we're going to extend it and go all the way into South Melbourne.
So we're going to start at Glen Waverley Station and come all the way down. And yesterday we were talking about, is Mocha Joe's still open, Clint?
Surely it has to be.
People were messaging me saying Mocha Joe's is still
going
there. And guess what?
What?
It opens at 6:30. So
Yes,
we can
it
meet before we
does.
get on the bus.
Mocha Joe.
Uncle Jase will take you to the cafe I used to go. I wasn't cool enough. I wasn't drinking coffee, but the
A hot
cafe I
chocolate?
used to drink hot chocolate.
I bet you felt cool drinking a takeaway coffee cup.
Yeah.
There's also a lot of celebrities that hail from that region.
From Glen Waverley.
From Glen Waverley, including somebody who's about to join us on the air.
Oh.
I've tracked him down. He's a very hard man to catch.
He's a proud Glen
He's
Waveleyan,
a proud
is he?
man.
Did
From
he have the hots for one of us?
3150. It is my colleague at Channel 9, our friend Tom Steinfort.
Oh, Tommy!
Tom
Hello.
Steinfort.
Were you a busboy?
No, he's just a Glen Waverley boy.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, did
So we're
Tom
in-
get dropped off?
How did you get to school, Tom?
No, the bus was aspirational for me. I wasn't allowed. That's what the cool kids did.
Ah, yeah.
And my parents decided that if you're getting the bus through Glen Waverley Station, you're going to be up to no good.
That's why you weren't allowed.
Mixing with some questionable types, perhaps. And so I was banned, and I had to ride my bike to school.
Oh, well, you know what? Tom, on Friday, we're going to do the Glen Iris 734 route, right? Would you like to jump on the bus and relive what you missed out on back in the day? Do you want to come with us for a bit?
Or would you like to ride a BMX next to the bus?
He's so busy and important, though.
Wow. 20 years later, this could finally be my dreams coming true.
Yes,
Hey, Tom.
all those years, you don't know what you missed out on.
Now, Tommy and I grew up in Glen Waverley together. We actually went to the same preschool together.
Did you what preschool did you go to?
Tom?
Apple Tree Hill Kinder on, I think it's Shepherd's Road.
Yeah, Shepherd's
In,
Road in Glen
Waverley.
Waverley.
in Glen Waverley. Mrs. Pitcher taught us both.
Yeah.
God love her.
You guys used to pee your pants together.
Well, absolutely.
I went to, I think it was called Tally Ho, and they would have been like, if
rivals.
we would have played
Kinder rivals.
we would have played marbles against each other.
Hey, Tom, we were just talking. Is there any other Glen Waverley alumni, famous people we should be picking up along the way?
I remember the Kellaways in footy were the famous footy types, Duncan and Andrew Kellaway. They were the ones that played at Richmond. I remember at the time thinking they were just, God tier. And then who else? Isn't the famous actor, is it Ivan Strahovski's from Glen Waverley?
Yeah, I believe so.
Who?
I don't know who that is.
Clint. I'm pretty sure Clint told me that fact, and I just along being like,
Gee,
absolutely,
look,
you're so true.
There's three of us from Glen Waverley on this call right now. So GW3150 represent. We're going to do us proud, the Glen Waverley kids proud, Tom.
Tom, if you're free on Friday,
we'd love you to read the
news. Anytime. You could
we can stop at Mocha Joe's and get a coffee.
Do you know it's still open?
Because I used to work at Mocha Joe's, and I went in there the other week.
Did you really?
Let's use your staff
I used
discount.
to work at Mocha Joe's, and I went in there expecting to be clapped into the building as a former servant of the organisation, and just got absolute donuts. I was flat as a tack.
Oh, mate. Well, you were awake. You might not have been cool enough to catch the bus, but I wanted to work at Mocha Joe's, and I couldn't get a job there. So I worked at Gloria Jean's at the Glen.
Competition.
Tom would be on
was
the
like
wall
Timu
of
Mocha
fame.
Joan.
All right, Tom Stiveford from 9 News. We will see you on board Friday, sir.
Good on you, Tom.
Good on you guys.
See you, mate.
See ya.
It's just gone 27 past
What about
8.
that? Glen Waverley kids are good. 2 newsreaders. Tom
Yes.
Steinfort,
Oh, wow.
Channel 9 news anchor. Is that what he's called?
Yes.
Yes, it's what it's
And
called.
you.
And me.
What are you again?
I do funny stunts on the
Journalist.
weekend today.
That's
Sure.
So what you do.
Hey.
You're what are you? The sports anchor on a
Guys,
Sunday.
13 24 10 is our number.
Was Tony Jones from Glen Waverley?
Before we hit the
No.
road on Friday, I want to talk bus crushes. Did you have one growing up? Or maybe you get the bus now when you've got one.
Maybe you'd like to go on a date on our bus. Ask someone out on a date on the bus on Friday morning.
We're getting ahead of ourselves. 13 24 10. We're talking bus crushes. If you got one, call. We are recreating your high school bus route
We
on Friday.
certainly are. So we're starting Glen Waverley, going to Glen Iris, but then we're going to continue
Into the
past
city.
the 734 route into the city.
We're going to put the map of the bus route on our socials, Jason Lauren.
We'd
and
love
then-
you to join us if you want to jump on our Nova bus.
Yeah, hit us back on
Come on
socials
on.
if you want to jump on board. But we are talking bus crushes.
Yeah.
Did you have one growing up? Did you act on it? Or do you have one now?
Chantel, good morning.
Good morning, everyone. How are we?
We are
We're
good.
well.
Did you have one? Did you have a bus crush?
I sure did, and he actually turned into my husband.
Oh,
Okay,
hello.
talk us. What year are we looking at?
Roughly around 2005.
Okay, what bus route were you on? Or was it a school bus?
It was bus route 440 in Wyndham Vale. That is no longer in existence, which we're a little bit shattered about. But
Please.
yeah, and we went to different schools as well. So.
Please tell me the wedding was on a bus.
No, it wasn't.
Well, thank goodness for that. How long did it take you to build up the courage to talk to him?
It took about 6 months, and then he was a year older than me, and he was just too cool for me, you know.
Yeah. Of course he was.
And then we reconnected in 2011.
Oh, so it was years later.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
it's on
I
the
love
bus.
that. But the world's so much smaller now. You can just hit someone up on Facebook. Like back years and years ago, if you saw someone, that might be the only time you ever saw. You might never see them again.
And I remember building up the courage for my bus crush. Like, it'd be like, this is the trip. This is the trip. I'm going to say something.
And did you?
No, I'd get on and like her friend would sit next to her. And I'm like, I'm not going to say in front
I
of
know,
someone
you got
else.
totally blocked. That was a deliberate move.
You reckon she knew I was about to
For
talk to her?
5 years, she put someone in between us.
Jenny, you got to sit next to me. He's getting on at the next stop.
Quick.
Damn
Build
it,
a
Jenny.
barricade.
Jenny's next to her again.
What was her name? Did you
Belinda
ever?
Fraser.
Belinda Fraser.
Isn't it funny how at school you remember everyone by their full name?
Belinda Fraser.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like, remember you met a friend of mine from school the other day, Belinda Danks.
That's right.
She's married now. She's got a married name, but she's still Belinda Danks to me.
Oh, it'll always be Belinda Fraser to me.
That's funny.
Do you think about her often?
Is she married?
Now and then. I believe so.
You've gone on social media and stalked her. You know exactly.
I believe.
You've done a social snoop.
She might have a couple of kids.
Oh yeah, what are their names? What do they look like?
There's little Jimmy. There's
Let's go to Caitlin in Geelong. Do you have a bus crush, or did you have one?
I definitely did. As a teenager, I had the hugest crush on my school bus driver for many years.
Oh, we've had a call like this before. This is a bit awkward.
What is it about the drivers, Caitlin?
I don't know. I mean, I definitely wouldn't be doing that these days.
No.
Was he a hottie?
Yeah, I thought so. I'd look at him now and I'd probably say no.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny, the crush on the driver.
But it happens on like Kentucky's and all the rest of it too.
You know, you fall in love with
what's
whoever's
all that
sitting
about?
next to you, don't you?
I had a mate of mine drive a Kentucky bus.
And a few notches in the belt?
Yeah, he
Really?
drove it all night.
Did he?
Oh,
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, the
What
wheels on the
country
bus
was he
did
in?
go round and round.
He was in the UK.
Yeah.
Good on him.
Cleaned up.
Yeah.
Yeah. He described it as took him from a 4 to a 7.
How?
Convenience is what he put it down to. They're all staying together. And, you know.
Is he still driving Kentucky tour buses?
No. All right, let's go to...
You should take Belinda Fraser on a Kentucky tour.
You leave her out of it. I never want to see...
very sensitive
never want to
about
see
your...
that name come out of
How
your
old
mouth.
were you?
Would have been year 10.
Oh, yeah, that's first love territory.
Did Belinda Fraser hook up with your friend who's the bus driver on Kentucky?
Did any of your friends go near Belinda Fraser?
Not my direct friend.
We should do a Where Are They Now?
No, absolutely not.
What school did Belinda Fraser go to?
Absolutely not.
Let's
Okay.
get Mike Munro and his big red, where are they now?
This is your life. Belinda Fraser. She'd be like, why am I on a bus? I avoided you all those years and you've...
Should be ringing her friend Jenny. You got to come and sit next to
I need
me.
a human barricade.
He's back.
Time for the cockblock.
Where are you, Belinda Fraser? Call us
Jack.
if you live in Melbourne and you avoided Jase for your whole high school life.
Leave her out of it. Hello, Jack.
You know, you don't want her to
Hey,
shut you
how's it
down in
going?
your adult life as well. Sorry, Jack. Okay,
Jackie
over
boy.
to Jackie, tell us.
Oh, no, Jack, you want help.
What do you
yes,
mean?
I want help. I had a bus crush in primary school with a girl called Erin. It was the after-school bus, so she would specifically hop onto the bus to come to my school to then go to the other school for art.
What school did she go to, Erin?
I don't know what school she went to.
What
but
bus was it?
So I was from Mount Eliza North Primary School, and we went to after-school care at Cunningham
Mount Eliza Primary School, yep.
Mount Eliza North Primary.
Oh,
And
North,
Jack,
not
you
to be
telling me you
confused with
haven't
the South
kept tabs on
Primary
her? You don't know where, like...
No, I don't know what her last name is, so I don't know.
Do you know what, Jack? Lucky for you, Lauren Phillips is one of the great.
Oh, she's
she
good,
does
Jack.
A good
I know,
deep
I'm-
dive, a good stalk
I'm
on the
sorry,
social.
Jack. I'm trying to find Belinda Fraser.
Okay.
Do you want us to try and find...
Yeah.
Do you actually want us to try and find Erin for you? What
Yeah,
year?
it'll
What
be
year
nice.
are we talking?
I can't remember the exact year, but I reckon it was probably between 1998 and 2000.
Okay, 1998, 2000. And what bus?
The after-school bus to Cunningham Primary School.
From Mount Eliza North, not South, North Primary School. Erin. Are
Erin
you
was her
out there?
name.
What did she
Hello?
look like
If
back in the
anyone
day?
knows an Erin that would have possibly caught that bus back
Let's
in the
get
day.
a quick description.
I don't know. She was just a nice, cute girl who, like...
Blonde hair,
Let's
brown
start
hair.
with the hair colour.
I think blonde hair, and
Okay.
she like look at me when I was like standing at the.
Oh, she would
outside
look at
waiting
you.
Oh.
Yeah,
Hey,
we used to
Jack-
sit next to each other on the bus.
You're single, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why'd
Erin?
you assume that?
Yeah, answered that quickly.
Well,
didn't
I
you?
just don't want to be ruining
Why'd you assume
marriages at 8:43 in the morning by
You're happy to
finding
ruin
Erin.
mine looking for Belinda.
Like she probably is. Like if I had a crush on her, she's probably married with kids now.
Never
She
know.
might be, but you never know. She might be single.
Good on you,
and
Jack.
Single
Never
as a
know.
Pringle, Jack. All right, Erin, if
How
you
are
are
we going
out
with
there, give us
Belinda
a call.
Fraser?
Now, I don't want to ruin your marriage, Jase, because if we find Belinda Fraser, she's not going to be interested in you. She's just going to want to say, "Oh, you again."
Good morning, Belinda Fraser.
You don't have her.
Good morning.
Oh,
This
no.
is Belinda Fraser here.
Actually, but are you joking?
Like the Belinda Fraser?
The Belinda Fraser.
It-
I
hey,
was listening to you
What's,
guys.
hang on.
and-
What
Say it
school? What school did we go to, Belinda?
You joking?
The school that you went to.
Oh, yeah. Nice try. Nice try.
Oh my God, you almost had me.
I started sitting up in my seat.
Oh
just
my God, he
sitting
took his pink sweater off. He wanted to look good for the video. Oh.
Whoever you are, don't ring here again.
Well, you can ring anytime. Also, lol, that's funny.
Yeah.
But if you do know Belinda Fraser,
No, we
please
don't.
tell her to hit up my
No,
DMs.
it doesn't. Anyway, and good luck to her. She has a lovely life. It's just got 16 tonight. Well, good morning, Melbourne. It is just gone 9 to 9.
Hello.
It has been a fun show.
It's been a
this
fun
morning,
show.
hasn't
And
it?
on Friday, we're going on the Glen Iris 734 bus, which is the old bus Clint and I used to catch to school. We had Tom Steinfort, who reads Channel 9 News, on the air with us before because he also is from Glen Waverley.
Yeah, we went to kinder together.
We've since found out Hamish Blake also went to Glen Waverley
Whoa.
Primary School. He's a 3150 boy.
He is indeed.
Okay.
Rob Millsy Mills.
Well, he was Wheelers Hill, wasn't he?
Oh.
But similar, same area.
Yeah.
And
We'll take
What
it. It's a
about-
bit like when someone lives in New Zealand and we say, oh, they're Australian.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
Except Russell Crowe. He's there.
Yeah, no,
don't we have a little bit of Hollywood?
Elizabeth Debicki is from Glen Waverley.
She
who-
went to my high school.
Elizabeth Debicki played Princess Diana in The Crown.
Oh.
She's amazing. She's
we
been
must
in
get her
a
on the
million
bus.
films.
We must get her on the bus.
Well, she might be busy, but surely we could call her agent and say, hey, Elizabeth Debicki, we are doing a 3150 represent show. That's what we should have called
Well,
it.
she would have done drama at Glen Waverley High.
Well, I was drama captain at Wesley Glen Waverley.
Yeah.
We could have been busy
I
friends.
asked for it yesterday. You got to bring it in tomorrow. School uniforms.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was Mum's fault. I'm an adult, but it was still my mum's fault. She was going to drop it to my house, and
If you don't bring it in tomorrow, we're going to send a car for Liz to bring it in.
what? She's going to wear it.
I'm not asking him. I'm not asking your mum to come in the school uniform.
Britney Spears.
Liz, if you're listening, you're not doing anything tomorrow. Just come in your daughter's school uniform. No, I'm asking.
Jase.
You don't want to do that. But she went to Shelford. Liz, if you want to turn up in your Shelford.
You know what, Liz? If you want to rock up in your school
any adults that want to come on our bus
No,
on
no,
Friday
no.
in your school uniforms,
No.
if you used to catch the bus
That's
in
a
your
good
school
idea,
uniform,
actually.
knock yourself out.
I love
Come
it.
on, jump on in your school and we'll
Put your
talk about the
pinafore
school.
on and away you go.
And
We're
Liz,
going to go from Glen Waverley to Glen Iris, which is what the bus route did, and then we're going to keep going into the city and into South Melbourne. We'll drop you to work.
Yeah. in
Maybe don't wear your school uniform.
Yeah, maybe not. All right.
Anyway,
James'
what are we
dream-
supposed to actually be
Jace's
doing now?
dreams would come true.
But Elizabeth Debicki, if you are out there
Oh, Jesus.
and you want to come on the bus, you could come in character.
Hey, you know how you're just asking.
Any-
Princess Diana.
Princess Diana. She could come
Oh my God, it's Diana on the bus.
Die! Everyone's got to stand for Di if she gets
I
on the
love
bus.
Princess.
That's the
I
deal.
loved Princess
That's the deal.
Diana.
You got to give up your seat.
And I thought Elizabeth Debicki in that role of Princess Diana on the bus was amazing.
Thank you, Margaret and
did I
David.
just say Princess Diana on the bus? Princess Diana didn't catch the bus. I meant in that role of Princess
she
Diana
didn't.
in The Crown.
Gotcha.
She was
She was
amazing. Have
very
you seen
good,
it?
very strong. Yeah.
Have you seen it?
I don't care.
About The Crown. It's like the highest rating Netflix show of all time.
It was great. I saw a clip. I saw a clip on the
Yeah,
ground.
she didn't catch the bus.
Hey, guys, producers, can we send Elizabeth Debicki's agent a copy of this chat?
I already asked.
Yeah.
I already
Just
asked
clip
them to
this up and
contact her
send it
agent.
to the
Can
agent.
you edit me out
Seriously,
of it?
if you're from Glen Waverley, you are proud of that. Ask her if
Yeah.
she went to Mocha Joe's for milkshake. She
Speaking
would
of,
have. 100% she would have. We probably
the
all.
Churro
How
Hut.
old is she?
Glen Waverley Station.
Jase and Lauren.
Jase and Lauren. Wake up feeling good. Follow them on the socials.